I'm a member of IRWIN, collective IRWIN, of 5 painters. But I'm also a vice dean and a professor at the AVA Academy of Visual Arts. So we are very happy to be part of this project of Apprentice Master. I think that project it's good because it is bringing students to the professional world internationally, not only in their own respective countries, but if they're coming from Holland, they could show with, I would say, skilled or very more known artists in various European countries. I think it's it's like a model which could be adopted by the others. It's a project which kind of, in a very simple format, brings possibilities for them for the future, and that I think it's something what art school should do.
So I would like to congratulate all the participating artists here in this exhibition, and I'm really glad the Academy of AVA was giving this opportunity also to us to work with students. We have in our Ljubjana gallery also presenting work of Academy of Fine Arts from the University of Ljubljana. So this is also challenging confrontation. Maybe some talks will appear afterwards. What is the future of academies in our surrounding, not only in Slovenia but in broader system, and because of that we are doing this kind of exhibitions. Thank you very much, and I will give the floor now to Miran Mohar, who will tell us a little bit more about this collaboration and this work. Thank you.
This project, Apprentice Master, is really bringing students in an intelligent way in a contact with the art world, with the help of good and important artists. So the thing is that this project will go on, and I hope that this project will, of course, we will continue. Our Academy of Fine Arts, Visual Arts in Ljubljana will continue to work on this for the next year, hopefully also with Galerij Vžigalica.
We're hanging out, drinking, having a great time, you know. Thank you very much for the exhibition, for the wine, for a beautiful invitation. I mean, we're having fun together. I don't think really art hangs, and I mean, it doesn't really matter if it hangs or not, no. What is matter is we are hanging out. Art should hang out. Art should hang out. No? Come on, isn't it why we're all here? To hang out, to like make connections, friends. This is what we're talking about, right?
I think that art should hang and that we should hang out together.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, it hangs, so what?
And we hang out, so what? But art likes to hang out.
Yeah, exactly, so what?
So we also like to hang out, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's both questions, like, so what hang out, so what art is about. But I mean, I think something is like, makes sense here, no? What do you think?
I think it's very nice that you say these things, and I think what you're saying makes sense, absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, no.
Yes, it does.
No. Yeah, actually I wanted to say that the gallery is occupied. I informed everybody in advance. We're occupying it, but it ain't no protest, you know. It's 2008, we're not on the Wall Street. We're actually the 1%, the inequality. We're hanging out, having fun, and like fucking enjoying each other. We can have a look at this work, or we can take it down. Maybe we should take it down, you know, like take it down and just hang out. I'm gonna play some music. I brought some apples. I brought some cheese, some pie, so let's fucking do it.
Thank you. You know the gallery? I think you want the cake. I invite you for the cake. You invite me? Yes. Come on, yes.
It's closed for today.
It's closed for today, yeah.
Closed forever?
No, in the evening you cannot enter. In the evening you cannot enter.
It's closed for the end of this exhibition.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's, yeah.
Miran, what do you think of
You know,
this situation?
performance is still going on.
Right. You need something.
Performance is still going on. Basically, the decision,
wait there.
the decision of the director of the gallery is to stop it because she felt that there was a violence against her from the artist, and that's kind of caused that they closed the gallery for today, and maybe for other days.
Also for the public?
Yes, for everyone. Yes. Yes.
I cannot let the visitors be violated by him. I think that's violence if somebody is shooting you with a water gun. You know? I do feel it like that.
I'm inviting you for cake.
Yeah.
Would you like to join?
Yeah, I would like to join, but maybe the staff.
You can go with the staff.
I would lock the card.
Yes.
Is it still open?
It's closed gallery now. It's closed because he's not allowed to enter now.
Okay.
It's a part of performance, you know.
Okay, so you're gonna. But the question is, are you gonna open the show when I'm gonna leave?
I don't know this.
Because
no,
then I would stay. Yeah, okay.
It's not me who's.
But is there any official statement to be made about the show, like that it's closed and the works are taken down?
I'm not the one who's taking any official statements.
But you had a talk, no?
Yeah, of course I'm a curator.
Yeah.
But I'm not the gallery.
Okay. Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know if anything is
gonna
happen.
For now it's closed.
Okay, so no discussion today, no?
Discussion will be, but I think that you are not invited for the discussion. Not you have been invited, but because of the violence to the staff, the staff.
What do you mean violence? Water pistol, no?
Yes, they consider symbolical violence.
Symbolic violence.
Yes,
okay.
It's symbolical violence, and they decided that you are not welcome, and we respect that. So.
Okay.
Yes.
So anytime I'm gonna. So the show is actually open.
The show is now it's closed.
I don't know why she's so.
Violence is violence. You know?
Yeah, no.
No, it depends how you understand it. It's not what you think, what people say.
No. I know.
This is interpretation.
No, but everything is like occupation is violent. Everything is
Of course, it's violent. The life is violent.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
It's great. Gallery closed for performance. That's.
It's beautiful. I have to document this, you know.
Yeah.
And you deserve a good coffee.
That is not like, a master as a father and you have to like overgrow him and kill him symbolically, but a master as the same, like ignorant as his students. So they have a problem, they create a problem, and this problem is solved not by the students, but by them together. So not the teacher, but not the students know the answer for the problem. So
I completely agree with you.
yeah, so that's the idea.
It doesn't exclude what I said.
No, it doesn't exclude, of course, but what you're saying more is that, students have to overgrow, the figure of the master, and then they have to kill, betray him,
It's symbolic, it means
Yeah,
together. I think this is the process together.
Yeah.
It's not a fight. It's not about. I didn't understand it's a tangent.
No.
I understand it's but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's in psychoanalysis you have always the big other.
Yeah, I know.
It's very important. If there is none, you have to construct it.
Yeah.
Also in a family, like a father figure.
Yeah.
It's something very important,
Yeah.
It's something what is how also function education.
Yeah.
Somehow, or not education, also rising in the family.
Yeah.
If you are completely liberal parent, everything, the kid could have a big problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
I understand it, of course. Yeah.
It's a kind of basic rule. So.
Yeah. No, but I still think that the education should be based on this kind of authority figures, or or this like symbolic order, which I think still good because I think that's what actually is being discussed in Holland in terms of education now, or a lot of people are trying to turn their gaze to that. Are we actually going really far?
No, we're not here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
because
the idea is not to bring you far away.
Yeah.
So don't worry. No.
Yeah, okay.
We're
No.
not too worried.
Yeah, no, not worried. No, it's just I left the stuff there, so.
Here it is on this corner.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I mean, I think the most important in the education is not to create this like idea of. I mean, it's always the idea of inequality, of course, and it always exists. But the thing is, in the education, what is important is to create a certain problem, you know, and by way of like solving this problem, by way of getting there together with the teacher is a way of this emancipated student who can actually be on the same level with teacher, then something might happen.
Yeah. But you must understand that these positions, these are still very rare.
Well, they are rare because it's. I mean, now it's been reconsidered. Classical ways of teaching within art, they don't work because I don't know. Some of them are concentrated on very technical means. Some of them are concentrated on very, like let's say, conceptual practice. But also, conceptual practice, you do something and then you try to conceptualize it. No. Right? Usually.
But conceptual art already became traditional art.
Yeah. No.
That's another thing.
But
post-conceptual art is basically already something what we know for decades.
Yeah, I know. No, but I mean the way how it works with, for example, Rietveld, which is a very conceptual school, Rietveld Academy.
Yeah, Rietveld.
You have what you do, and then you do this like small tryouts, and then teachers help you to conceptualize your practice, So first you make a gesture, and then you sit together, and then they say, okay, you have to read this, look up this, maybe this is about this. So it's not that the concepts become, let's say, these bricks that you throw around into the windows or just build some things from them. No, they're becoming that sort of, a way of decorating whatever you do. So I think it's also not, I mean, I don't also find it in Rietveld very...
You know what I think is teaching? It's a kind of radical sharing.
Yeah.
This is in my very short, If I say something in a short way, it's radical sharing for real,
Yeah.
It must be based on a professional and a human ethical level.
Yeah.
This is ideal, but we are not living in an ideal world.
But do you think teachers should be professional?
No, not necessary. No, not necessary.
Yeah, okay.
Not necessary, but I just think that for instance, because I have my own artistic work, I dedicate about 20% of my time to teaching.
Yeah.
I would say. I decided it's not really just when I talk about this percentage is just like not completely precise.
Yeah.
But it means I go, experience, I travel, and then I report to people what I've seen on the way.
Yeah.
I'm reporting from my road.
Yeah. You mean to your students?
Yes. What I've seen, I discussed. I always say, this is what maybe impressed me, what it is, what you think about this,
Yeah.
It's not subjective. It's just something what has turned my mind, what generate my thoughts and so on.
Yeah.
And I think teaching is very much about this, and wishing these people the best, trying to,
No, of course.
This is, for me, how I approach it. It's not so much based on different theories. It's also based on a basic, how to say, humanism, ideas, It's many times, it's not always rational, but it's also emotional.
Yeah. No, I know that it's emotional. Of course, you cannot, I mean, within every situation it should be emotional.
In fact, I more believe in the idea of construction than intervention.
Construction.
I think that your idea of performance, it's a little bit passé in a sense of that it has this kind of modernistic tradition already, and I don't really, how to say, see how it functions, basically. No, I understand it as and of course, it's very close to what the Brenner did of this tradition, So, So maybe you have something to say about it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because...
I'm not talking about originality, I'm not obsessed with originality, but I'm
No.
always interested about additional layer, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that, I mean, that's true that there is not so much an additional layer, and like what we talked about, I would really like to, you know, work with the situation on the spot, coming here and improvising and sort of trying to appropriate the conditions where I work at. So to get the full, you know, somehow I got the carte blanche from you. You know, you said like, okay, this proposal is good. Come, you can do nothing at all. You're free to do whatever you want. So there was no agreement in a certain work, and this I find somehow extremely weak as a work. Of course, you don't have an additional layer. You don't have and let's say what Brenner likes to talk a lot about image. You know, image within image as a gesture, image within the history of art. So this simply doesn't create any additional layer or image. This just creates this kind of you know, I mean, basically trying to deconstruct the show, or trying to deconstruct the discourse just by any means possible, but without having, let's say, maybe so much of making an image of it. So that's as weak as possible as I see it. But I mean, I can have an interesting observation on that, of course, but I don't see it as successful or original or strong, you know.
No, I would agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I see it's very similar.
Yeah. It's I think it's like a sequence of mistakes that you can do, and then you decide that modernistically I can make as many mistakes as possible, and then I leave. You know, which is I don't know, like raises questions. Whether I should like go on making mistakes or just stop. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I have at this moment I have no more to say, but I will follow how things will. Your performance is still going on, so we'll see. So.
Well, I mean, I think the problem with and what a big problem that I've seen yesterday, and yesterday of course it was very imprecise again, but that's also the way how I try to learn, how maybe I can think how to make it precise. But the problem yesterday was that exactly, you know, whatever you do, it's always perceived as performance, you know. So any possible action you make within the framework is going to be a performance, you know.
So you're doing it in the gallery, you know, and
you're
an
of
artist.
course,
how come you overpass this, you know? It's no code that you can overpass. The Brenner has the same problem. Brenner told me, this is not a performance, this is not an art action, but the more he was shouting, the more it was, you know.
There
was no escape, you know.
Because the ridiculous thing was that when the guy came to me yesterday and he said, there is a beer on the floor. Is this the part of the work? Is this the beer a part of the performance? And because he wanted to drink a beer, there was no more alcohol left. So, and then I thought, okay, this is the ultimate failure. You know, when you cannot pick up a beer because you think it's a part of the work. But yeah, I don't know. That's how it goes. I also don't have nothing more to say. Yeah.
Jasno zdravo. Moram hitro.
I'm not trying to say precisely something. This is. I mean, I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I think I don't really see it as a problem. What I want to make has to do with things as weak as possible. So I actually prefer them to be unsuccessful and weak and imprecise, and you know, that's how I think there is a way to deconstruct you know, certain agreements or certain orders, and in that sense you still can do it, you know. Because when it comes to the work that is precise and that is, let's say, has a strong statement, I think then it's pretty clear, you know. It becomes within a show and within an institution, it always becomes a part of part of the program, you know. But I think the question is how to open up this program and how to almost, you know, have a possibility to create an autonomous program within that, or you know, to make a potential for something else rather than, you know, the show or whatever. I don't also mind if personal becomes, you know, a part of this game, because I see it simply as you know, as a very basic human reactions, you know, within I don't know if you call it work, but sometimes, you know, you have like real gut reactions from these people, and they call it stupid, they get pissed, you know. I can get, you know, pissed or aggressive as well. I mean, of course, this is part of it, and that is why I also have no control on that. There is no control on people that come, and there is also sometimes no control on myself, because I don't really make a distinction between who am I and what the work is about or what is happening. You know, I think I mean, it's also a way of not making it precise. I think when everything is too precise, I think there is a possibility to make a statement. And sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I manage to do precise things that are very concise in let's say one gesture. And here it's not the case, and that's why I consider it even more failing or even more weak, because it's not even condensed. You know, it's just spread around. And I'm gonna come back there, and things might happen again. At a certain point, I'm kicked out again. You know, so it's just, let's say, just trying to grab it, but I don't know, like trying to grab the air. Yeah, I don't know.
So his project, I think, right in the middle for me was a little bit not too strong, you know, at the beginning of the yesterday opening, but now he became a little bit stronger.
He became persistent. He's sitting there, the gallery is now closed, and he's sitting in the front of the gallery.
And persistence is very important in art piece, I think.
Yeah, I think it's also important to stress that there were two notes on the gallery. First note was a gallery, it is closed because of the performance.
Yeah.
And now the second note is the gallery is closed for the technical reasons. It's interesting,
yeah, it's interesting.
The time in between was 1 hour, between two notes.
Yeah.
So it became a part of his work, no, somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, not his work, the reaction of his work. No. The question is now is a work. He said it is not really a work, it's an action, but basically how you would avoid that something would be work if it is done in the context of the gallery.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but interesting thing about this kind of projects, we have seen similar projects in different art occasions or exhibitions, that he really wants to question himself what is the purpose he's doing, why he's doing this, and also this kind of social intervention in the artist himself, you know, till when he will do it, why he will stop or not stop, or, you know, this kind of questions are really important. And of course, the audience, the gallery, the curator, the people who are around this are also infected by this problem, you know, or not problem, by the performance itself.
Unpack.